I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Traffic was diverted away from a section of the Thruway early this morning near the Orange-Rockland County border after a tanker truck carrying close to 6,000 gallons of flammable liquid zinc caught fire. The tanker was in the southbound lanes near Suffern when the fire broke out near the tanker truck's rear brakes. Emergency responders were able to douse the flames and prevent a chemical explosion. But roughly 40 homes in the Suffern area near the Thruway were evacuated at around 2 a.m. as a precaution. Both directions of Thruway traffic were diverted to alternate routes until around 9:30 this morning. There were no injuries. The tanker remained intact and no hazardous material was released. Traffic had to be diverted off Route 17K in Montgomery shortly after 7 this morning, when police and emergency personnel got called out to a report of a man who had climbed to the top of Ward's Bridge and was threatening to jump off into the Wallkill River. A state police crisis negotiator was called in to help convince the highly intoxicated man to climb down to safety. The 90-minute ordeal finally ended when a DEC officer was able to grab his pant leg, allowing other officers to pull the man off the bridge work. But police say the man struggled with the officers, punching and biting the DEC officer. The man, a resident of Montgomery, was taken to Orange Regional Medical Center for a psychiatric evaluation. Town of Montgomery police plan to charge him with assault and resisting arrest. Investigators believe it may have started from food being cooked in the kitchen of one of the apartments. The fire that ripped through a section of the new Windsor Gardens apartment complex Monday afternoon. A total of 8 families were left homeless, 4 of them living in the second-floor unit in the area where the fire began, and 4 others from the attached unit next door. New Windsor Fire Chief Bill Hinspeter said a firewall between the units kept the blaze from spreading. About 60 firefighters from 7 area companies were called in. 3 firemen suffered minor injuries. All of those in the apartment complex at the time the fire broke out got out safely. A different type of phone call scam is making the rounds here in the Hudson Valley. Police say people are getting calls from someone demanding ransom in exchange for the release of a loved one who has allegedly been kidnapped. Police say threats are made to harm a family member of the person getting the call unless money's wired to a location determined by the caller. If you get a call from a scammer demanding money in exchange for the release of a family member, contact law enforcement immediately. These are tough times at Sullivan County Head Start, where agency officials have been resorting to staff cutbacks and planned enrollment reductions as a way to cope with a budget crisis made worse by the federal sequester and the reduction of its $3.3 million federal funding allotment. County Head Start's leaders say they need to reduce costs by about $160,000, and they've embarked on a campaign to raise about $51,000 to try to offset the financial cutbacks. Sullivan County Head Start serves more than 350 children at its centers in Monticello and Woodburn. Reporter Leonard Sparks will have more on the situation at Sullivan County Head Start in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. Here's a feel-good story from the city of Kingston. City police say a local homeless person found a wallet containing $485 in cash along Broadway. According to police, the man is often seen picking up bottles and cans for the deposit money and sleeping on stoops along Broadway. The man contacted police and turned over the wallet and all of the cash. Officers found identification in the wallet, and they were able to contact the owner and return the wallet to him. Police say thanks to the decency and honesty of a person who could have used the cash for food, shelter, or any number of things, the wallet and money were reunited with its owner. And some folks were celebrating the break in the heat wave Sunday by checking out the Summer Street Fair and 15th Annual Arts Walk on Front Street in Port Jervis. There was music to enjoy, food to savor, and artwork to view and maybe even buy. Officials with the Tri-State Chamber of Commerce were hoping the 6-hour festival would bring somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000 people to downtown Port Jervis.
We've seen a decline in businesses and things, but we have a wonderful art studio here, and we have some terrific people that are painters and writers and whatever, musicians, and I think it's just really important to support that side of everyone's life.
Follow up to Sunday's fair, an arts walk will be held Saturday, August 3rd, the second annual Historic Homes and Gardens Tour, sponsored by the Port Jervis Council for the Arts. There should be less of a thunderstorm threat over the next couple of days. Wednesday will be partly cloudy with temperatures in the low 80s. Thursday will also feature a mix of sun and clouds with the highs around 80 degrees. Start your day with the information you'll find in tomorrow's Times Herald Record. And when news breaks, you will find it right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.